They said humans were fragile, too soft, too sentimental to survive in a universe ruled by power and fear. But no one expected that same weakness to ignite a force strong enough to unite countless worlds. For centuries, humans were mocked by alien civilizations. To them, empathy was a flaw, vulnerability. They watched as humans comforted one another in moments of loss, forgave enemies, and risked themselves for strangers. How can a species survive that feels too much? Aliens whispered in the shadowed halls of their ships. But everything changed the day the War of the Shattered Suns began. In the early years of the conflict, entire star systems were being annihilated by a coalition of ruthless conquerors, and no species was safe. Advanced weapons carved planets into dust, and fear reigned supreme. Alliances were fragile, trust was scarce, and survival was an endless gamble. Humans were scattered, a small minority among billions across the galaxies. Yet, even in the darkest times, they reached out. On a dying planet called Lysera, a group of human medics tended to the wounded of 3 different alien races, knowing full well that they could be targeted at any moment. Their acts were simple: offering water, sharing shelter, holding hands as death whispered nearby for the aliens who watched. It was unprecedented. Word of these acts spread. From the ice moons of Velta to the floating cities of Asphera, other species began to whisper of this strange human resilience. Where humans fought, they also forgave. Where they conquered, they offered mercy. Where they could have divided, they united. Slowly, species who had once warred for centuries found themselves inspired, reaching across the void, not with weapons but with gestures of trust. It culminated in the Battle of Solinar Rift, where an ambush by the warlords threatened to obliterate a coalition of resistance forces. Humans formed the front line not because they were the strongest, but because they were the most willing to sacrifice for others. Witnessing humans shielding alien allies, sharing energy shields, and guiding retreating forces to safety. Something extraordinary happened. Rival species ceased fighting one another mid-battle. Weapons dropped. Ships altered course. The entire coalition raised a single Banara symbol that represented unity, hope, and the humanity that had inspired it. The war ended not through domination or fear, but through empathy. A new alliance emerged, one that spanned star systems, species, and cultures. And the aliens who once called human empathy a weakness learned a humbling truth. What the universe considered a flaw had become its greatest strength. Under one flag, countless species now stood together, a testament to the quiet, unstoppable power of feeling. And humans, once underestimated, had taught the cosmos that compassion was not weakness, was the ultimate weapon.